Microsoft wanted $1,000 per incident for 2 stinking Windows XP patch files that were tiny, unlike what they always did. It added up to 1.7 megabytes of total data. Even after 200,000 victims and 230,000 PCs were infected, they still wanted money because they don't want you to run XP. Is it because it's less secure? Or is it because they just want you to get rid of XP because it freaking still runs? It's like Windows 2000. It still runs too. Guess what? Windows Server Message Block, SMB, remote code execution through the ETERNALBLUE defect, taken advantage of by wanted decryptor, want a Cryptor, etc. ad nauseum cacciatorium. Now, you could just go into Control Panel, Programs, Windows Features, and disable SMB1, because that's Server Message Block code, for file sharing support. You could also just run sc.exe, config, landman workstation, depend, Bowser, mrx, yada yada NSI, and you could also run sc, config, same name, start, disabled, just shutting off the function that causes it available to lock your system out. You could run PowerShell and run disable Windows optional features online feature name SMB protocol, SMB1. It's the only one that's a real problem, the others work. You could also search on your computer after doing this in the Windows directory for 3 files that are given suspiciously similar names to others, and those would indicate you're infected. You could also search the computer with any file that has a double extension WNCRY to find out if anything's been encrypted, and find out that you do or do not need to worry about this, or just simply lock the machine out. But Windows XP got special treatment from Microsoft Corporation because they want to keep people from using it because they have to compete with their own products. This is like you putting out a new car this year and finding out all the other cars didn't suddenly and magically explode. How old is XP? How old is Windows 2000? If you have to ask how old Windows 2000... Anyway, what happens is Microsoft Corporation has a problem. Some of their products actually worked correctly and they have to fight that. It's sort of like them trying to get rid of DOS by suing anybody who loads a copy of it on the net. But this one was special for a reason. There's a defect in the RAM cleanup utility that goes with XP. This is the memory bleed problem that it has. This is the garbage collection problem, the memory leak problem. Guess what else leaks? The encryption keys that are used by WannaCry to encrypt an XP machine stay resident in RAM even after they're declared clear, instead of secure wiping them. The update that would cause it to do a decent job cleaning RAM also rips out this problem. So, XP, out of all the operating systems, is the only one that will retain the keys to decrypt it if you just run a utility to find them and decrypt your files. Yeah, so because the key codes are just laying around in RAM as long as you didn't reboot the machine, and you're still staring at the ransomware message from it first starting, normally I would have a machine shut off, but in XP you don't do that. You can download a program called WannaKey, cross your fingers, and have better than a 50-50 shot of being able to fix the problem without having to spend money on it. At all. Period. And again, there's instructions below that are incomplete. You can look at all the links below. And you can just figure out how to lock your machine out so you don't have to deal with Microsoft Corporation. They didn't do that to anybody else, just XP. Windows 95, 98, and Millennium are immune to this shit because it can't get in. They're too stupid to run the virus, right? Well, we don't know that yet. Corporate triggering. So anyway, I'm going to include the first link you hit. It'll say GitHub. I can't pronounce it. And then WannaKey. It's an executable. It looks for the key and try to decode it. It might even run the decoder. Your mileage will vary. Next, the 32-bit Windows XP patch that ends in a long string of characters, custom ENU, and then way at the end, 9DD. If you have 64-bit Windows XP, that's not really XP, that's server, but okay. It ends in 1211 EXE, custom EMU. Then there's the other service packs, etc. ad nauseum cacciatorium below that. And I'm going to be removing any unnecessary links in this video below a certain point. The original protocol is 30 freaking years old, and it was never really patched. The methods for this is to either put a patch version in, that's not what's going on, or just turn the damn thing off, which is what most of these do. Some of these are gigantic patches. They're just service pack sets. That's great. While you're waiting for your machine to be immunized, it's going to download a bunch of crap. The vulnerability ETERNALBLUE is taking advantage of it. So, that's basically it. I mean, I'm just amazed that, I mean, they got caught, and then they went nuts and tried to do doublespeak response as to why they didn't just freaking give out a patch. It's less than 2 megabytes, you morons. Why the hell would you do this? Most of us made batch routines to fix this, but this is, I mean, literally, it's a command line. This is like getting Microsoft Corporation to spend literally more than a decade admitting Internet Explorer is a vacuum cleaner for viruses. This was pathetic. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with it.